Alright, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another SHARKNEWZ Extra episode as we are in full swing for New York Comic Con, and what better way than to talk about another surprising two-pack, which I knew was on the way because it was already leaked last week or prior. But I wanted to wait until we got some official images, and if you haven't seen my previous video where I talked about the Mortal Kombat Classic McFarlane Toys Wave 1 or 2 video, go ahead and check it out on the channel. But with New York Comic Con on the way, it seems like we finally have another two pack. And before we get into that two pack, let's briefly go over the other ones I talked about, because I guess we can include this one in Wave 2. So, in my previous video, you know that we've talked about the Liu Kang and. Sorry, where is it? We talked about the Liu Kang and Reptile 2-pack, and I've shared my thoughts about this on how we're pretty much getting the same exact Liu Kang, just in the Mortal Kombat 11 body, but it's supposed to be Mortal Kombat 2 Liu Kang, but, still not exactly accurate. And it's also in a Player 2 outfit, so then we also got the translucent reptile legs, but in order to get the incentive for your reptile figure, you're getting an alternate head, and I forgot to mention this last time, but you're also getting white eyes on this reptile, whereas this is basically a scorpion head sculpt, but just colored green, alternate hands in the acid, whatever, and the flame effects, and alternate hands, so an extra head for Liu Kang. So we knew that this was kind of like a bizarre scenario, just because if you already had your original reptile, in order to get the alternate head sculpt for this reptile, which is very beneficial, and the acid accessories, then you would have to buy the two pack. Then we were also aware of um, the first Liu Kang, which I've also talked about before. So we were aware that it has the same Mortal Kombat 11 Liu Kang body, just whoops, wrong one, my bad. Um, we went to the Raiden figure. Raiden, we've talked about before how this Raiden figure was basically it looks fine for what it is, but the lack of accessories and lightning effects just makes it completely devastating. But we're going to get to that just shortly, so keep in mind of this figure. Then we talked about the reptile figure, which I talked about in the two pack just now, where he has the original colored eyes, and then he's got the alternate hands, and that's it. If you want to get the alternate head sculpt for reptile with the lizard body and the acid, you have to buy the two pack, which is completely bonkers to me, just because you have to double dip on McFarlane Toys, and it's just really annoying for the price that you're paying for. Now, here's the update for today, as in right now, or for New York Comic Con, we've gotten the new Walmart, I believe, and McFarlane Toys. I don't want to say exclusive, I guess, but it's the new Scorpion and Raiden 2-pack, and this is a very bizarre scenario because, look, as much as I love Mortal Kombat, and as much as I love having Mortal Kombat action figures, and giving McFarlane Toys the credit, where it's due, in the sense of he's giving us Mortal Kombat toys. It's just, I want to see other characters be made, and not always being the traditional, main eventers. Now, I know that those are the hard hitters and they sell really well, and in order for those to other characters to be made, we have to sell the other characters. But I want to see some like Sonya Blade, some Cabal, some Motaros, some Kanos, Johnny Cages, or even like Jade for that matter. Like, where the hell are all these other characters? Even Baraka, why not, right? At least in the classic style. So, remember the Raiden that I just talked about where you only had two pairs of hands? Look at this one. It's a Player 2 Raiden, right? But now you're getting two lightning effects, which should have been included in the original Raiden figure, which completely pisses me off, because I don't care for Player 2 variants of characters. These two lightning effects should have been included in the first Raiden. Then we know that in the blue outfit Raiden, that he had the blue eyes, right? So I talked about that, and I was like, that's pretty cool. But look here, in this particular two pack, you're getting alternate Raiden head sculpts, and he looks angry and he looks pissed. This should have been included in the original Raiden release, right? It just sucks that you have to double dip on these figures just to get an additional two head sculpts and the real lightning effects that are technically should have been bonus to, or should have been included in the original Raiden figure, because once again, look, going back to the original Raiden real quickly, look, look at this. All you're getting is just a blue, I mean, sorry, all you're getting is just alternate hands. Like, why? Why is it just alternate hands? Like, that completely sucks. And I mean, it's a good figure, but it sucks that you're just getting alternate hands. So it should not have been that way. Otherwise, man, it's so upsetting. Then we're going back to Scorpion, and this is a bloodied variant Scorpion now. Again, McFarlane Toys is already heading into bloody variants, which is really annoying because, again, I want to see some other characters be made. And I understand that Mortal Kombat is all about the blood and the violence and the gore, but I mean, come on, this needs to stop. We need to see some new characters. However, I will say what I do like about this particular Scorpion is, aside from the bloodied mask and stuff, he comes with the skull head. That's cool. I mean, it's part of his fatality. However, he has no flame effects for the skull that burns the opponent, which is unfortunate, but he does come with the classic spear, and then he's got the masked head where he does for the fatality. So what my concern is, if you already have a fatal, I think the jaw can be articulated, which is nice. But you have no flame effects for the actual Scorpion in terms of the fire that he breathes out to defeat the opponent. So does that mean we're gonna get one more Scorpion where we have better, I don't know, effects? Because that would just be completely insanity if that were to be the case. Because it's absolutely ridiculous that we have to double dip on these figures. Um, and then just going back to another photo, we can see here they look fine. They're decent. You know, I'm just not a fan of, because you're including a player two outfit with possibly a Scorpion that collectors would want because he's bloodied up, right? But it comes with a skull head. But it's like, why would you want to get? I mean, if you want to get the Scorpion, you have to get the second Raiden, which I guess is fine. But it's like, it shouldn't have to be this way. This is what pisses me off, that the choice of characters, because some collectors would want a bloodied Scorpion, but why would you want an additional Raiden in red? That doesn't make any sense. If it was a brand new character, sure, but I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just McFarlane Toys, dude. He's going out of control. However, the packaging is still fine. You got the joysticks on the bottom, the arcade stuff. It says fight, and all the other packaging is still, packaging is probably one of the coolest parts of the two pack, so I have no complaints there. We can see the back of the packaging and stuff like that. But you pretty much get the point because we've already talked about this in the previous videos. It does come with two other what do you call it? It does come with the backdrops where you have like the acid pit and the other, or the acid level, and then the other one, I forgot the name of it, but you pretty much get the point. So one of the things I do want to talk about real quickly is that in the back of the packaging art, it shows that we're on Mortal Kombat 2. Shouldn't McFarlane Toys have started with Mortal Kombat 1? And when I say Mortal Kombat 1, I mean the first video game from 1992. Why are we already heading into Mortal Kombat 2 video game? I think easiest case should have just been Mortal Kombat 1, make all those 7 figures, call it complete, and then head into Mortal Kombat 2. That would have been a lot more sense, but McFarlane Toys does what he wants. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say other than, actually, no, I do have something else to say. Take a look at this. According to Walmart's website, this 2-pack is freaking $70. $70 for this 2-pack. Holy shit. And I even remember being a collector where, even though it's 80% is gone, but I even remember like struggling to find means to buy like $40 figures from NECA or like other brands. But now we're heading into the territory where 2-packs are $70. That shit makes no sense, and that's very upsetting, because why not just add an additional 30 and make it 100? It's ridiculous. Like $70 for a McFarlane Toys 2-pack. we're heading to a realm where even Hasbro figures are heading to the price point of 60 at this point, and now for 2 packs we're heading into $70, and these figures barely have much articulation. They're still somewhat inaccurate too to the design. The proportions are off even for 7-inch figures. Not enough detail, but $70 for like basic looking figures, I don't think so. That pisses me off. Otherwise, I don't know what you want to make of it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this 2-pack, and maybe Wave 3 will be here, or maybe the line will be canceled. I don't know. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.